a little story, and it's for Reader's Digest. How David Lee Roth of Van Halen almost ruined my marriage. I thought the man I'd married was a rock star. It turned out to be closer to the truth than I ever imagined. I mean, when you meet people, you take them at their word and things like that, don't you? Especially when you're meeting them for the very first time, or on your first date, etc. When I was 20, a man I barely knew proposed without a ring. I said yes. Our friends were alarmed. Well, of course they would be alarmed. You've just said yes to somebody you don't know. We've just met for the very first time to say yes, oh, let's get married. Our friends were alarmed, but about our fast decisions to marry and move to Tennessee. And moved from Tennessee to New York City. I got a handwritten letter from an elder at church suggesting I wait to get to know my fiancé better. His friends held a tearful intervention. One of our beloved professors questioned the decision. My mother referred to my fiancé not by his name, David, but his nickname, Rank Stranger. But we were in love. You just met and you said you were in love. That's kind of concerning as, as a parent, when your child sits and goes, I've just met somebody and I fell in love with him. Can it happen? No, you really need. Yes, it depends on the situation, I suppose. But to run away, to get married, no, not straight away. Get to know the person. But we were in love. After refusing premarital counselling, we didn't need it. We insisted. David and I get married and moved to Gramercy Park neighbourhood of Manhattan. We could see the Empire State Building at night. If we craned our necks while sitting on a creaky fire escape. My life was as romantic as a love song. Then, after 1 week of marriage, the phone rang. Oops. May I speak to David? Asked a sultry voiced woman. I handed my new husband the phone, which he quickly hung up. Wrong number, he said. Now, sounds very suspicious, doesn't it? It's like, who's all met somebody that's either in a pub, off the internet. They'll tell you things because when you meet somebody, they're going to tell you something that they don't want you to know about the past, especially if they're very narcissistic and things like that. Or they don't want you to know that they've done things in their past. Everybody has a past, right? Everybody's made mistakes. But to me, when you meet somebody, it's about being open and honest, because that's how true friendships start for relationships start, and it's better to be open and transparent at the beginning, because then it doesn't cause any controversy as days, weeks go on, months go on. whenever you find out things. So a few hours later, it rang again. Another woman. I dusted near the phone so I could eavesdrop. Did my seemingly loyal husband have a double life? I didn't even know him. Maybe our relationship was all a ruse. Another wrong number, he said. The calls became more regular at all hours of the day and night. It got so common, I was no longer surprised when the breathy voices morphed into sighs of disappointment. He always got off the phone, expectorated, or wasn't an act. I took messages when he was out. Desiree, Brandy, Jill. In some cases, they were testy when I said he wasn't there. Women started crying. We were together just yesterday. Where? I demanded. In Soho, she said. My husband worked at a midtown law firm during the day, or so he told me. I'd made a terrible mistake. My friends were right. It's no that sometimes it's about listen to your friends, listen to your family, because when they're telling you about somebody and they have that horrible gut feeling about that somebody, listen. I know it's hard when you fall in love and you do not want to listen to your mum or your dad telling you, right, I don't like that person. I've done it to my own kids. And I'm going, nope, don't like it. No, there's something I don't, got a horrible feeling, don't like it. And when I got a horrible feeling, it makes me really, really ill. And it's like, it's my instinct telling me something's clicking. I said it about my sister's now husband. I said, and I never met the person. Not once did I meet my sister's husband. He refused to meet me because I said from the picture there's something off about him. I didn't like him. And in true fashion, my cousin done digging, and I knew I was right. I couldn't trust him. Turns out he was still engaged when he met his sister. My sister knew about it. And then he got he got my dad to sign deeds over the house, and they disappeared with my dad. So, and so obviously they sold the house. So, what does that tell you? And obviously disappeared with my three nephews as well, and kept the young. She's keeping the youngest for his dad, because I thought he won access at court, and she's still keeping him for him, which I think is absolutely vile. Any parent could do that to is disgusting. So obviously, back to the story. Obviously, she demanded where they met, and obviously they said in Soho. My husband worked at Midtown Law Firm during the day, or so she thought. Had I made a terrible mistake? My friends were right. I didn't even know him. Maybe a relationship wasn't all a ruse. I heard stories of people getting married only to realise their spouse had a double life. I mean, how? I mean, as my aunt says, it doesn't matter if you meet somebody in a pub or off the streets or even off the internet. You don't truly know them right away. You've got to get to know the person, and it takes a while for that to get to know the person, and then get to know the family, and then you need. So it's like, but obviously this one married the person literally right away. I do not recommend that. That's very dangerous, guys. See, when you're going out and you're going to meet somebody, always tell somebody where you're going. It doesn't matter if you're an adult. Let somebody know, right, I'm going to meet this person, and give signals, whatever, so that if something's going wrong at the date, that there's, do you know what I mean? It means that you can get away quickly. I mean, obviously, and we're talking about the same David, tall, blonde, and handsome, shared sarcastically. I'm not very good at pronouncing words. Are you going to tell me I have the wrong number? I'm looking at the note he wrote me now. She read the number. It was ours. I was confused and hurt. Oh, of course. Believe me, I was in a relationship, and a good few years ago, I was with him 6 years, and up pregnant, lost a baby. But during that time, the amount of lies that he told me, and I dug. I mean, when I know something's wrong, I dig and I dig till I find out the truth. I mean, I didn't like what I found out. It was a compulsive liar, and it's a cheat, and well, it was doing things that he shouldn't have been doing. It was taking money from people and lying about why he took the money away, and things were catching up with him, and he's still doing it today. And he's a DJ, so he is. I was confused and hurt. Instead of hearing the female voices on the phone, I heard only the unheeded warnings of my friends clanking in my head. And one thing I wouldn't do, I might say things, but I would never give out my ex's names. Maybe only one, but not the other two. Never. Wouldn't do that at all. Obviously, she's going to hurt. So she's just got a phone call saying her husband has met and gave a number to some random person, wherever they met, and she's listening and going all the female voices, and then thinking all back to the calls before that, and he keeps going wrong number, wrong number, wrong number. So what's really going on? I finally mustered the courage to confront my husband. What? Wrong numbers usually don't ask for you by name. But David was just as confounded as I was. At least he appeared to be. Finally, a man called. Sorry, is it work? I said. All work should go through me. He spat. I wasn't sure how law firms allocated cases, but apparently David was doing it wrong. Who are you? I asked. I've known David for years. He shot back the question, who are you? He had a point. I was a new addition. I wanted love so badly that I ignored any inconvenient details, such as barely knowing the man I married. I mean, she did. I mean, people were telling her, don't hang out, slow down, whatever, because she jumped in head first. Especially when you meet somebody, and it's that way you get the butterflies when you meet somebody, and you think you're in love when you're not, because you get it's amazing feeling in love. Everybody wants to feel loved, and everybody deserves to feel loved and wanted, because you are loved and wanted by everybody. We all love you. I love you. The world loves you. But as I always tell my kids this, right? And please take heed of this. Learn to love yourself first before you can ever love anybody else. I mean, I've tell my kids that all the time, but I never really took heed of that. But I do now. Believe me, I do now. And it's very important you listen to your own advice and listen to your own inner wordings. And when something's telling you something's wrong, listen to it. I'm his wife. The new label felt heavy in the mouth. Silence for a bit, then too. Why didn't he tell me about you? He exploded. It was spontaneous. I said before, launching into defence of getting married quickly, but with less enthusiasm than I had before, or the call started. I'll be right over, he said. Don't talk to anyone. We have to fix this. I'm not a problem to be fixed. Are you? He paused and then lowered his voice. Pregnant? Expecting a little David Lee? A kid will really hurt her comeback. Lee? I asked. My husband's middle name is Austin. What comeback? I know my own client's middle name. Client asked. I am talking about David French, the attorney. I'm talking about David Lee Roth, the singer. Even though those who spent the 1980s trying to figure out the Rubik's Cube were aware of David Lee Roth of Van Halen and his fame. He had a mane of gold on hair, aerobatic stage moves made possible by his brightly coloured spandex, the platonic form of a rock star who was all surrounded by women. He seems to have been picking up lots of women, including the one he married. This one he married. My David wore glasses and suits and sometimes dressed up for the Star Wars, Lord of the Rings premieres. There'd been a mix-up. Apparently the rock star had changed his number right before we moved to Manhattan, but still gave up out his old number to women he met but wanted to let down easily. That's how, for a brief period of time, we became David Lee Roth's answering service. Later that year, we even fielded a call from David's dad. Once we put this puzzle together, the man on the other end of the phone line, his agent, I realised sighed in relief. Soon, we're both laughing. Neither of us had been betrayed. But during the short time it took for David Lee Roth to transition to a new telephone number, I started to doubt the man I married. How precious love is, I thought back then. Surprisingly, it turned out to be quite resilient. Over the years, I've learned that a desire for others, not mean we are inconvenience or a problem to be solved, as beautifully described in the immortal words of the Van Halen's hit songs. You got to roll with the punches and get it to what's real. Take it for that story that be careful of who you meet. Not everybody's going to tell the truth. Even if you've got to check your spouse's or your partner's whatever phone, then something's wrong. if you've got a problem in your relationship, sit down and speak to them. Don't run off and don't cheat. Because this bang out order, and it leaves a lot of emotional scars. And you have got some women that if somebody says they're splitting up with them, they turn around and be very nasty. And or when they have children, they use the child as leverage to try and get back with the guy, or vice versa. Guys, don't do it. Just don't. If you're together and you're single and you've not got any children, split up and don't be nasty. Just split up amicably and just go. And if you've got children, don't use the child as leverage to try and get back with the woman, or the man try to get back with, or the woman try to get back with the man. Or, do you know what I mean? It's like, I've seen it so even recently. It's nasty. I mean, because then you've got women that have got children to men and call them all sorts and degrade them, and it's like they call it woman beaters, and it turns out in court that they're lying, and there's never been any proof, there's never been any polls, nothing. It's like, and they've just got the fact that they've been caught out lying in a law court, and when there's documentation proving that they're lying. But when it's getting into paper, the narrative's spun and people go for that person. So be very careful in what you do and say. It's like, so always, when you meet somebody, don't jump into first thing into a relationship. Just get to know the person first. Take your time. You're no in a rush. Get to know them, and then you'll start seeing if there's signs, whatever, at the beginning. Because the minute you jump into a relationship, believe me, taking it for somebody that has done that, and I take it for, I mean, I didn't, I mean, to meet these people, I didn't ask to be in a relationship. I just ended up in a relationship because they end up. My first relationship, I was very young. I was 14, and he was 19, 10 years older than me. So my next relationship, it's like met at my pub, and he moved in. That was it. He just told me that that's it. We were together. That's it. And the next one, and we were together for years, and I was single for a bit. Went to a party and met my ex for 6 years, and I just met him, and then he just started. I went on one date with him, and that was him. That was telling me, "No, you're in a relationship. You've got no choice." I'm like, "Oh, okay, whatever." But I wasn't in the right frame of mind at the times, so I was heavily depressed and everything. I wasn't going. So it's like, people like that will pick on people that are vulnerable, and it's about being very careful. Oh, guys, when you're feeling very low, all you do is want to be loved and wanted. I mean, we all do. And it's took me through COVID, everything happening to me, to wake up and go, no, hold on a minute. Being single is really making me realise what I really truly want. And if you look back and you go, if it wasn't for this, or if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have been with these people at all, believe me, at all. The signs were all there, but I couldn't see them. They were there for the very beginning, but I couldn't see them because of the way I was. And there's a lot of people like that. And then when you're with these people, it's so hard to get out of the relationships. I mean, it was me each time that went. I mean, the very first relationship, as I said, when I was 14, he, when I tried to spark, he stalked me for everything for years and years and years until the final move to the area I am now. He doesn't know where I am. I've seen him, but he doesn't recognise me because I'm in the chair. If I was with my two older sons, then maybe. But so please, guys, be careful. You have got people that are like my first ex. You have got people like my second one, and you've got people like the first relationship, or somebody like I've just read that has got all these people phoning, and because that message was people said either it being a woman or a man. So, and it's just lucky they didn't have kids. So, that would have been a wake up call. So please, guys, be careful. Always be careful. What do you think of that story? I mean, that was kind of nothing bad happened, thankfully, but you sit back, look, and you go, oh my God, and you look at your own life, and you go, oh my God, this. So always be careful. Be careful when you go on dates. Always tell somebody when you're going on a date. Even when you're in a marriage, if you cannot work out your marriage, go to even counselling. And if that doesn't work, split up amicably and move on, and don't have any anger towards, or don't say things about each other. And more so if you've got children, always work to be good parents for your children on both sides and love them. Because if you're arguing, that the kid feels that, okay? Right? So what do you think of this story? Send in and put it in the comments, and send in love and light, and good night.